Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, and I'm so excited. We got so much going on, an amazing video today. First I want to say this weekend, tomorrow, I'm going up to North Florida, Daytona Beach to do an event, and then I'm heading right over to Dallas, Texas, where I'm going to be this weekend and also next week doing an event. So get on my website, paulneeson.com, and check that out. Also, I got a new website. If anyone out there has gotten the Daylight Diet, you've been doing it and loving it, you got to check out www.thedaylightdiet.com. It's a new message board website, and you're just going to love it. So www.thedaylightdiet.com. We also got some other new groups we started on Facebook. We started a group called Raw Food Christians. So if you get on Facebook, you can check that out. Just type Raw Food Christians and look for that group. And there's so many new exciting things. My coaching program is just about to kick off, and I'll keep people informed on that. But let's get to today's video. Today's video is with my friend Carl. Now, I did this about a month ago. Carl is probably, of all the people I've met and interviewed, the biggest success story who's come from disease. I mean, he was worse than anyone I've ever met. The man had a heart attack, cancer, brain tumors, you name it. And you'll see how he looks today in the video and what he did. And basically, raw food was the main thing. But you'll check that video out. So enjoy the video, everybody. If you have any questions, post them below. And keep in mind, you know, even though Carl says in his video that he eats raw foods, he's not 100% raw, but he's mostly raw. And he doesn't eat animals, but occasionally, he said, he does do some animal products, very seldom, but not often. So everybody, enjoy today's video. I hope to see you if you're in North Florida or Texas area, everyone. And we'll be back again tomorrow with your question and answers. So if you have any questions for tomorrow, you can still get them in. Have a great day, everyone. And, all right, everybody, here we are. Here's Carl. And Carl just was at one of my lectures here. Carl's a brother. He's a brother. Right away we started talking, and but Carl's he's into the raw living and food lifestyle. He knows a lot about it, and he teaches it. And I asked him how he learned about it, and so why don't you introduce yourself to my audience and tell them who you are and why you're into raw foods and some of your other beliefs.
Okay. Prior to 2006, I'm going to just backtrack a little bit. My younger years, I was a vegetarian, eating vegetarian quite a bit up until about the year 2000. And I started eating meat again. I was vegetarian since probably 86, 88, in that range. But then in 2000, started eating meats again. I got into depression. I got into a lot of ill feelings about myself. And the meat eating led to having 3 meats a day. On 3 meals a day, having meats in each meal. As a result of that, in about the year 2006, I was in ICU in Colorado Springs. I drove myself to the ICU with chest pains. I had a heart attack. When they took me in, the doc came in a while later and he says, "You also have diabetes." And I didn't know what that was. I had no clue. But he said I should have come in a coma. My sugar was 486. My coronary episode was relaxed at that point, no damage to the heart. And the next day, I asked for the drug interactions for the Actos. I hate taking drugs. Actos and the drug interaction said it causes heart attacks. So I basically left there without any further ado on taking drugs. 3 days later, I get out of the hospital. I wound up visiting a friend, and basically he and his wife brought me back to health with oatmeal, nothing but oatmeal for 7 days, and 1 hour of exercise a day. And my choice was walking, so I walked every day, and within the first week, from going the first day at 90 feet with chest pains to a week later, no chest pains and 1.5 miles of walking. Terrific. So that's how fast that worked. About a year of recovery from the heart attack and the diabetes. They were all gone. I was diagnosed with multiple brain tumors and with stomach cancer. So we found a lady down in South Texas that had product called Black Salve, and we went down and we basically lived at her place, and she taught us about raw food eating. Now in the meantime I had gone back to vegetarian eating, but it was cooked food. And when we started on the raw food eating, I noted quite a bit of changes. I lost a lot of weight. Now when I first had my heart attack, I was 315 pounds, size 48. And over the course of a couple of years, I dropped the weight where I could never get under 240 pounds. I'm now down to 175. I'm wearing a size 33 instead of a 48. And it's just you know, a big difference. I'm America's biggest loser, I guess you could say. And as a result of all that, my body has cleansed, and like the Bible says, I'm renewed like an eagle. I no longer look like I'm 70 years old. My wife has lost about 40, 50 pounds also as a result of the diet. She looks terrific. So that has made our bodies look and feel better. I feel like I'm 28 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were over 300 pounds.
Yes.
And diagnosed, had a heart attack, diagnosed with diabetes, and had brain tumors.
And dementia and Alzheimer's.
And dementia, Alzheimer's. And you went from all that, and now you have no issues with your health.
Correct.
Feel great, look wonderful. What advice do you have for people struggling with disease and dealing with doctors and family and all that? What advice would you have for people out there?
They need to have a physical, spiritual condition change. They have to completely change their mindset. It is spiritual in part. Part of my spiritual problems were lack of liking myself or lack of loving myself. That was one of the biggest. That was the depression. Depression leads to eating unhealthy foods. And as a result of getting rid of that through a lot of spiritual work and getting the spiritual warfare going and eating the right food, and then eventually getting over to a raw food diet, transitioning. It can be slow, but still should be done within 3 to 6 months. I recommend people transition to a raw food diet. And that can be 60 to 80%, even 90%. If somebody's life-threatening like I was, it should be 100% for at least a few months. Get into that mindset. The food is not just a bowl of salad. The food we eat is delectable. It's my wife makes some dishes that are just incredibly good, and it's well worth the trip, well worth to make the changes.
Great. Do you have any way for people to contact you that are interested, a website, or you don't do any of that?
We have not set up a website yet. We do have email. People can email me to the short abbreviated. That's the PSM-CCM@att.net. That's Paul Sam Mary Charlie Mary Mary, or no, Charlie Mary @att.net. If they want to have any recommendations or want to get any ministry work that they might have to overcome some of the problems they have, because the spiritual warfare is one of the biggest. We have addictions to food, or we have addictions to some idol. We might be idolizing, whether it be running, weightlifting, whether it be chocolate, you name it. These are idols that we need to smash.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any parting words before we go in here?
Bless you all, and eat for life, and put life into your body. When you put life in your body, your cells come alive, lights will come on, you will be filled with the Spirit.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, everybody, there it was. There was Carl, and Carl's just amazing. Amazing story I told you. All right, everybody, so tomorrow I'm going to be posting my Friday question and answer session. If you have any questions, just get them below these videos, and I'll answer them tomorrow. Until then, have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.